Wow, Joey, he got out like 5 words without messing them up, and then we were waiting on you. Wow.
Hello, and welcome to the trailer for Funny in Theory, a St. Paul Saints promotional podcast. My name is Joshua Will. I am the Director of Entertainment here at the St. Paul Saints.
And I am Sierra Bailey, the Director of Marketing and Promotions.
Now, the St. Paul Saints are located here in St. Paul, Minnesota. We are a AAA affiliate minor league team, and we are known as much as the love of the game as the fun we have behind the scenes of the game. And we want to share kind of our stories and our theories and our thoughts and our process with you.
Yes.
There's a long history, a lot of stories with the St. Paul Saints, and every week that we do this podcast, we have more and more stories.
Most are true.
Most are true, and I think we came off one of our best promotional weeks this year.
It was pretty solid.
Yeah, we every year, maybe once or twice, we'll have Bring Your Dog Night at CHS Field. This week, we decided to have Anything on a Leash Night.
Correct.
And we saw a lot of dogs. Not so many animals, but we had...
I saw a cat.
A cat.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a quiche on a leash.
With wheels.
With wheels. We had llamas.
Lots of llamas.
Lots of llamas in the outfield. That's
No red
LLOTS, LLAMAS in the field.
A lot of llamas.
What were some of the other promotions we had this week?
Bladder Up.
Bladder Up, where we had giant specimen jars where the contestants had to basically suck up the liquid with a pump water gun and then try and fill up sample cups, specimen cups. Emulating.
A trip to the doctor.
What do you think it was? And it eventually turned into a cross-the-stream sword fight.
Yes.
Where both contestants ended up being soaked in this liquid.
In yellow water.
This is high concept, really highbrow comedy, folks. And we also have a new thing called the Miracle of Birth Race, which involves 15-foot
birthing canals. Not the same size of a normal one.
No.
That does not necessarily replicate the size.
I guess it depends on the... Anyway, then we also have 2 babies, a couple strollers, some pylons, some dads-to-be need to weave through, and then we need to throw the babies back up to the moms, which is a good 20, 25 feet from the field to the concourse.
Good hurl.
Yes. This week we had the state champion in the hammer throw compete, and she...
Failed.
A
lot.
We watched the baby hit the wall over and over and over again. And I've never seen 5, 6, 7,000 people so happy to see someone fail.
Yeah, but she got it at the very end.
And that's kind of why we do this podcast. We talk about funny in theory because we come up with ideas, but we have no idea how they're going to be executed, how they're going to go until they happen. And once they happen, we have to move on, which is kind of my joy in life to say we tried, we did our best.
Let's do it again,
or let's not talk about that.
Let's not ever mention this again.
And the other thing you're gonna learn about this is the working relationship between Sierra and myself. I speak in generalities. That's
if you can speak.
If
sometimes.
I can't speak,
if we can understand.
Right here is a perfect example. Because even though I've been here, this is now my 4th season. I'm still learning things.
Words in particular.
Particular words, dates, things like don't call the big screen?
Video board.
The video board, a big screen.
Correct.
Or a jumbotron.
Or a big board.
Or television. Or apparently yesterday I said I was up from the first baseline during Cub Chuck. And I don't think that's true because I know it's third base. I've done it a million times.
Yeah, I didn't hear that one.
And but I think that's just, you fail and you move on. And
I'm in left field.
I'm in right field. I'm in middle field.
Yeah.
The other things is that we work, we play, we have games at CHS Field. It is not a stadium.
Correct.
It is not a coliseum.
Correct.
It is not CHS by itself.
You're still learning that one.
I'm still learning that. And it's one of those things, too, that the vernacular has to become stuck with me. And we were talking yesterday, like when the Twins used to play, they were at Metropolitan Stadium. Now it's a field. What's the difference? The difference is it's called CHS Field, and just accept that, Josh, and move on.
So and it's a ballpark.
Don't even try to rationalize why you're wrong.
Correct.
You're working at a ballpark.
Correct.
And these are the kind of fun things we talk about. And we also have tons of behind-the-scenes stories that involve our ushertainers, which is a portmanteau between ushers and entertainers. We have many different characters who go out into the stadium. By the way, last night I was waited on Caveman Dan.
Caveman Dan was here?
No, Caveman Dan was at the restaurant I was at.
The real one?
Was there more than one?
I think it was only 1 year, but it would be so funny because we used to have a grizzly bear costume. We still do.
Yes.
And like between a half inning, something would be going on, but the caveman would be go from one part of the ballpark at Midway to another part, and he would chase the grizzly bear. Nothing was mentioned about it. Nothing. It just happened.
I love that.
And then the next half inning, it would be the grizzly bear was chasing Caveman Dan. And nothing was talked about. It was just happening.
See, I love those things.
He used to go around yelling, "Saints go! Saints go!"
That's exactly what he
Saints
said.
Go.
So, yep, same. I think I have his name right here in case he's listening.
It's not Dan.
It's not Dan, actually.
Wow.
It is.
That's a letdown.
Sean Hansberry.
Oh,
Does that sound familiar?
sure.
It could be.
It was my first year full time, but it was also his first year and Brian's first year.
And so he knew Brian, and he said, "Hey, I used to work at the Saints," and
That's hilarious.
I had to say I do work for the Saints, and then we had a conversation, and then he brought me fish and chips.
Did you tell him you killed Brian to get his job?
I did. It was he's stuffed in the bear costume down in the promo area right now. These are the off-topic things we tend to go. But going back, ushertainers, obviously they're characters that go around the stands. Some of them are very extroverted. Some of them are very introverted. But what they do is they actually make the crowd part of the story here at CHS. Mm-hmm. We have a French chef. We have a coach. We have a couple of nerds. Probably about 16 in total. They rotate. So, and here's the thing, too.
One of these episodes, we should do like a pick your team. And then we can pick ushertainers, go back and forth, and then
expand on that. Pick your team. If it was dodgeball.
Like if you're a captain,
okay,
we could have a sport.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but if there's like a sport involved, obviously some of them.
Okay, so just like a general team, and then we'll take each other on.
I think that'd be hilarious.
And at the end of the day, there'll only be 8 of them left.
Yes.
This is how they pick their shifts.
Ooh,
I like that.
Maybe.
Yeah. And right now we're getting ready for a second week of a 2-week homestand. So this is our day off. We do it by working.
We're still working.
Yeah. What do you do on a typical, these are finger quotes that you can hear, whoosh, whoosh, day off. Whoosh, whoosh.
Wow, breezy. Those are some breezy finger quotes right there.
That was my band in high school.
Let's see. We get the night off. Let's not call it a day off. You get a night off.
You get a night off.
Probably meal prep some food for the week, laundry, and that's about it. It's not like I really need to clean anything because I haven't been at home in the past week. So,
my wife and my kids are out of town, and the first thing I did was clean everything because there's stuff all over, and I just sat down and I enjoyed a clean house. And this was about 5 o'clock in the morning because I had to drive them to the airport.
Oh.
So now I'm wide awake, and it's like, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to clean the house. I live an exciting life. Speaking of food, you mentioned that one of the weirdest things about this season now is we went from being a part of the American Association Independent League of Baseball to AAA.
Yes, that's 3 A's, like 3 N's in at Funny in Theory.
And at Funny in Theory, yes, Funny in Theory.
Where you can find us on social media.
You should find it and share it.
And like it.
Is the amount of food.
And comment on it.
The food that is everywhere.
Oh, you're still going on about
all
this food?
The time, yes.
Okay.
Because I haven't eaten today yet.
It is lunchtime.
Sarah and I, we don't disagree on many things, but we don't agree on many things. Sierra is a dog person. I am a cat person.
Yeah, that says it all right there.
She likes her rosé. And I...
That's a recent thing. Let's just say I'm a tequila.
We're both
That's
tequila.
overall.
Sometimes we find common ground.
That's our Venn diagram, is the tequila smack dab in the middle.
but we like Euros.
Oh, yes.
Euros very much. But the biggest difference this year is the food.
Did you know
that
at
is
Midway
around
we had a
all the
Euro
time.
stand?
Yes, because
It was delightful.
like I said, I worked outside promotions when you guys were over
Yes.
at Midway Stadium.
In your sketchy Pepsi van.
In my sketchy
with
Pepsi
no
van
windows.
with no windows whatsoever, and a lot of. Again, it's very funny. Give me a shirt. Give me a shirt. We had a lot of Pepsi One shirts that people wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's free swag.
It's free swag, but I think there's a big. I'm not going to rip on Pepsi, but if I have an
You
option
should.
between a Saints shirt
Let's make this juicy.
and a Pepsi, yeah. Hey, I made a lot of enemies over at PepsiCo in Edina. Not Edina.
Because you would
I'm
drink
sorry,
Coke
down in
while at
Burnsville.
work?
Actually, I would, yes.
Wow.
And-
Rebel.
And B, it was just one of those weird chain of command things where our promotions office was out of Chicago. Chicago would talk to the people in Burnsville. Burnsville would talk to a local promotions company here, and then they would talk to me. So when they're like, hey, you got to get rid of 200 cases of Pepsi One or Fruit Works or whatever it is, that didn't last very long. And we're going to send you to a truck stop down in Shakopee.
Oh.
Yeah. First of all, truck drivers don't drink Fruit Works or
Was it like
or
one where
Pepsi
there's
One.
showers there?
Yeah, it's honestly one of those.
Wow.
And so you have to imagine me with a little Hawaiian shirt because that was our outfit.
Okay.
And then trying to give this stuff away to people. And almost it's like, "Here, you want a can? Do you want a case? Do you want to take a case? I have to report these numbers. And if you didn't report the numbers, you weren't doing your job.
Did anyone ask you to go on a trip with them?
No.
Oh.
Did someone ask you to go on a trip?
No, I was
Or-
just wondering, truck drivers get lonely.
Oh, that kind of trip. Yes, all the time.
Well-
No, it's like, do you have a family? No. Do you have kids? No. Do you have
Being a truck driver might be the same as working in the sports industry then. You're always gone.
You're always gone.
Where are we going with this?
I have no idea. Oh, we were talking about food.
What are
and-
we supposed to be talking
and
about
promotions.
right now?
Did I ever tell you I worked for Bailey's?
The
Irish
liqueur?
cream? Yes.
Wow.
They would send us out as Bailey's delivery drivers.
I think we should do just one straight episode on previous Josh jobs.
Oh, I want to do, and we're going to bleep this out. I want to do a show called I've Done for Money. But you just have to imagine me going to these clubs at 11 o'clock at night with another guy. We're dressed as Bailey's delivery drivers, but it's kind of that light brown cream color shorts and shirt. So I basically look like a
I
UPS
was gonna
driver.
say,
And then I'm handing out shots to people. And every night was...
who takes just a shot of Bailey's?
Well, that's the thing we're doing promo samples. So if you like this, here are some
Oh.
recipes. Talk to me about more Baileys. Yeah, just give me my shot. I'm going to go someplace else.
Wow.
And every time we went, we would have to buy a bottle of Baileys, and we would buy two so we could bring one home.
Okay.
But every bartender would crack one open and take the top off, and then we would never get it back. So there was a lot of Baileys consumed enough to do our job and to
give
drive
you
and
a
stuff like that.
gut ache?
Oh,
That's a lot of
I
like
can't do Baileys anymore.
creamy.
It is, and
I mean,
does,
it's not bad in your coffee, but like
and it doesn't sit well in the back of a van in
like-
the summer. So, but the good news is, without any of that happening in my life, I wouldn't be here today talking to you.
and I wouldn't be delighted to hear these stories of you in your previous jobs. So thank you, Josh.
Hey, anyway, we talked about.
You really make me feel better about my life and my career path.
I've got some accomplishments, but there was a period of time when I worked live promotions, some of Old Navy,
Okay.
4th of July stuff.
Okay.
There was something called Microsoft TV, which was supposed to be competing
I would
against
love
TiVo.
to look at your resume.
Oh, it's
Is it like
insane.
17 pages long?
If you look at all the stuff that I've done,
I think we should.
individual jobs, yes.
I think we should.
But we're here to talk about baseball, not me so much.
Well, we
No,
talked
this is
about how I got to be here, so I think we need an episode on how you got to be
how
here.
I got to be here.
Yeah.
I came to a baseball game.
It
and
doesn't need to be now.
honest, I'm not going to talk about right now. Hey, welcome to our not our premiere episode, not
Trailer.
our trailer episode. This is exactly what
We don't
do.
know buzzwords.
Also, Sierra and I during a game sometimes can have full conversations. Sometimes we can have a conversation that's just one word apiece. Ready? Yeah, and we move on.
Sometimes it's just a look.
And there's a lot of side eye. Sometimes an inning only takes 3 outs, or actually everyone takes 3
Every
outs.
single
But
inning is 3
pitches,
outs.
3 pitches. Sometimes it takes 45 minutes. And I will say, Saturday's game, first 4 innings, bam, 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 bam. I thought we were going to be done just like that. And then the 4th inning hit, and then the 6th inning hit, and it just went on and on.
Sort of like this trailer episode.
Kind of like this trailer episode. We like what we do very, very much.
Yeah. So with that.
So if you want to know more about Bill Murray,
Well,
no, many stories, many tangents. But
if you want to find out how is the cilantro of the Saints entertainment team, listen. Wherever you listen to your podcasts, go there. Listen to us, comment, review, give your ideas and your comments about what we're doing, about Josh's jobs, about what you wish he would be doing differently.
Wow. Let us know. We're doing this every week, and we're having a ton of fun, and we can't wait to share this with you. So with that being said, I'm Joshua Will, Director of Promotions. I don't even know my job anymore. Entertainment Director with the St. Paul Saints Baseball Club.
And I'm Sierra Bailey, the Director of Marketing and Promotions, and the fact finder for everything that Josh says incorrectly.
I
Actually,
have
does that make me a fact corrector?
A fact corrector?
Is that a thing?
We call that a proofer.
I'm the proofer?
I'm the proofer. So you're the proofer. I do work as a copywriter. I've done many scripts for things like Medtronic. Well, during the off season, I'll take some jobs here and there.
Do people have to check your work when
Yes,
you're done?
because it's my job to be creative. It's their job to make sure it's factually there. If I spend too much time worried about how it's formatted, whether these numbers are correct, then I'm not in a creative mood and I don't move forward. So I got to throw something down. They correct it. I go back and polish it up, which kind of sounds like what we do.
That sounds funny in theory.
Funny in theory. But, when you're working with a pacemaker video, there's not a lot of humor in there.
We get some of that too.
Yeah.
But normally that falls on Jordan and Joey's shoulders to make funny videos out of urine. And with that, I have to go to the bathroom. So join us next time. We're on the first episode, the pilot episode. It's going to drop soon.
Bye.
Bye. I don't know. What were we supposed to talk about on that? Is that trailer supposed to be that long? Cut out whatever you need to. Wow.